Hi Taurus, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-September 2023 love reading. Thank you to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all that. For those of you new to the channel, this horse will be in front of us. It's what I call the bridge of the gap spread. And the way it works is look at the past, present, and future energies between you and the main love interest. Pull some oracle cards after that as well for some additional insight. That's where the bridge of the gap dynamic comes into play. As far as the deck's being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. Keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left is your energy and the cards on the right is the other person's. If you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have Triumph. So this is the equivalent to the World card, and this is saying to me that in the past you might have really felt like you met a perfect match for you. You know, you might have felt like even if there were some obstacles to overcome, either directly with this connection or just general lessons that you might have gone through in love before coming across this connection, I feel like this is saying that you felt like a big sense of relief and like you finally arrived. Alright, past energy on their side, we have the Ten of Cups. So to me, this looks like it says that they might have really wooed you, right? They might have really connected with you, possibly through music, right? Maybe you guys had a shared love of animals, and it just looks like they really just knew how to connect with you on a deeper level, and that's part of why you might have felt like this was such a significant connection in the past. All right, present energy on your side, we have fertility. So it's interesting, we see all of the cats in the picture there in the past, and now in the present we see it on your side as well. This is actually the equivalent of the Empress card as well. So this could just be saying that you might have, now you might be seeing the potential for you to potentially grow a family with this person, right? Possibly move in together, maybe get some fur babies, maybe have some actual babies, right? So one of those things where you're just seeing the energy of the connection progressing and you're envisioning taking things to the next step. All right, present energy on their side, we have the Six of Cups. So this could just be saying that they might be feeling a bit nostalgic, right? Maybe connecting with some old friends, possibly for those of you, if you might have, for example, if you already found out, because we do see lines in the image there, so maybe if you might have found out that you conceived during the Leo season, for example, there could even be some celebration around that at this time with this person. But yeah, that looks like they're feeling a bit nostalgic, connecting with their past, spending some time with friends, things along those lines. All right, future energy on your side, we have the Four of Cups. So this is energy that could embody a little bit of disappointment. So for some of you might feel a little bit torn about it, right? Because you might feel like, okay, on the one hand, this is everything that I was asking for, right? You might feel like you have a lot, but at the same time, you might still feel like something's missing and you might not be able to connect the dots on what that is, right? So you might feel like, okay, I should be happy, right? Feel like I have everything that I initially wanted, everything I asked for, but something seems like it's missing at the same time. All right, future energy on their side, we have the Empress. So basically, you had the energy in the present, they have it in the future, and again, we see animals. So there definitely seems to be some connection with animals between the two of you. But beyond that, this could just be pointing to possibly this could be where the disconnect could be for the two of you, right? So maybe in the past there was that initial burst of love, right, and feel like everything was so perfect, and you might have gotten really comfortable with that feeling in the past, right? And then for them, they might have wandered off a little bit, right? Like, okay, you know, the emotions settle in that moment, and then maybe they start going back to some of their old habits, right? Like spending more time with friends, things along those lines. And now you might be feeling like a bit of a disconnect through that. And on their end, they might feel like, you know, they might have felt like they were comfortable taking the lead in the past, but they might feel like they would want you to initiate sometimes as well. So that could be a point of frustration where you guys might find yourself in the future, right? Where both sides wants the other to take more initiative in the connection. All right, bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Two of Staves. So to me, this says that you have that energy and that desire for movement. So for some of you, for example, if it was the first scenario where I was saying maybe if this person was the one who was taking the lead in the past, and now you feel like the connection isn't as strong between the two of you, this could just be saying that for some of you, you will take the initiative to be the ones who try to bring the spark back. And for others, you could just be saying that you might even start to look elsewhere. I feel like that's a little less likely of the two scenarios, but it's at least a possibility. All right, and the bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Fool. So yeah, it could just be saying one of those things where they might have that strong initiative and burst initially, right, to where they might have put in all that effort, and I do feel like it was probably genuine as well, but then after a while, like I said, they might get a little distracted and start to go back to old habits and patterns, and I don't think there's anything nefarious behind it, but it could just be one of those things, right? Where like, okay, they put in that first initial burst, right? Things get off the ground, things are going great. Okay, cool, on to the next thing, right? But not because they're losing feelings anyway, but just like they might feel like they need to have varied experiences. All right, moving on to your Oracle cards. First, we'll see what we get from the Messages of Love Oracle cards deck here. Just looking for a single card in this deck. Almost have one there. All right, got one there. And next, we'll pull a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Same situation, just a single card, and then we'll read both messages together to wrap the reading up. All right, and that doesn't want to go back in the deck, so let's see. First, from this deck, we have a lesson. Okay, it says, this person is in your life to teach you a spiritual lesson. So interesting to see that there, because a lot of times the triumph or the world card in traditional tarot can point to a significant karmic lesson. And now, just judging from the looks of things on the surface here, it could just be a bit of maybe two different angles here. One might be if it truly is where you're just accustomed to letting the other person constantly take the initiative, right? And then feeling like you're missing out on something. Could just be saying that maybe the call for you there, and that could be why we see the two staves at the bottom of the deck, is for you to not be afraid to take the initiative from time to time as well, right? And if you feel like you're constantly doing it, right, then yeah, maybe that would cause an imbalance. But to be fair, if that's what you're expecting from the other person, then you could see how that would impact them the same way. All right, and then we have a leg up. There's the artwork, and the number is 34. So let's see what this has to say. Okay, the relationship message says relationships are healthy, thrive on interdependence. It's important to recognize that you need others as much as they need you. You must allow people to support you just as you are there for them. This is a time to be vulnerable, to speak up about your needs, and to ask for them to be fulfilled. Trust you'll be met with kindness and love. Don't expect others to read your mind, though. Ask and it is given. Interesting message there too, because I feel like this might be a message that will resonate more for the energies on the right side, whereas this might resonate more for the energies on the left. But either way, hopefully that message resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and we'll see you next month. All right, bye.